Hello and welcome to Tradie Business School, the podcast where we love to talk and have real conversations about how to run your trade or contracting business more simply, enjoyably and profitably. I'm your host today, Miranda Hill. It is so nice to have you all here. So wherever you're tuning in from, hello and welcome. Today, I'm going to have a chat about the 3 reasons your staff are leaving you. And this is really prevalent at the moment. Very much noticing as the world picks up, wherever you are in the world, the world is speeding up. The world is speeding up. You know, at the time of this recording, I'm here in Australia and many states are coming out of long lockdowns and we are returning to the new normal. The next normal, and the normal keeps moving and shifting and changing all of the time, but we're into the next normal. And what that looks like is there are a lot of people beginning to move and shift. So here's today I'm going to have a chat about 3 reasons I've noticed, and this is not necessarily a comprehensive list of all of the reasons, so you may well be able to think of other reasons. I'm just going to talk about 3 of them today. So, there are great effects that staff leaving will have on any trades business. You know, clearly if there are commitments to delivering on a job and your team leaves, or if there you're booked up in advance, when someone says that they're going to leave, it can cause a bit of a pressure, and often it means the business owner has to step back on the tools or work overtime, double time to pick up that slack. So let's have a chat about 3 of the reasons that I've noticed. So the first reason that people will be leaving you at the moment is for career advancement. Now, that might sound pretty obvious. Well, they want something more out of their career. Yes, but why are they doing it now? Well, you know, when things are pretty uncertain in the world, people tend to stay put because it's safer. But now what they're doing is noticing that there is greater demand. And if there's greater demand in your business, they'll be noticing that there will be demand for them and their services in other trades businesses as well. There are more opportunities for them. There may even be some poaching going on, which is not always a bad thing. But obviously it means that you could be open to losing somebody that's important to your business. How to handle this? Essentially, career advancement means that the person wants something more in their future than they feel that they're going to get from your business. So what can you do about that? Well, for one, talk to them. Have regular catch-ups with your team, part of performance management, where you check in. It may be a performance review, but ensure that as part of that review, you are asking them where they see themselves in 12 months, what their goals and aspirations are, what their strengths are and how they're using them in your business, what they enjoy most. Check in on what their dreams are for the long distant future. Really create a safe space for them to talk to you and ask them what support or mentoring they may feel that they either need from you or perhaps outside directly your business to help them grow. People love to grow. Some like to grow more than others and grow at different paces. But if you keep that line of communication open with them regularly, so it becomes a normal conversation, an expected conversation and a very open one, then you're going to have your finger on the pulse of what is going on. You will find potentially opportunity to offer them some kind of guidance, training or mentoring. Maybe there's a move that they can make within the business. You may have plans for your business that you can see them moving in and moving through and moving up through the ranks as their skills and experience develops. And you can talk to them about those opportunities in the future. Really importantly, you can check in whether your plans and the things that you see in them match what they want from their career and life. So performance management, create a system out of it, schedule regular check-ins, give them advance notice of it, and have some kind of template so they know these questions are coming and have that friendly conversation. That, of course, doesn't mean you can only talk about it in these regular sessions. It may be there's other opportunity to check in on where they're at. Make sure you know what they want. So that's the first reason. The second reason is that a business may not have or does not have goals or a plan or both. So for one, you must have a goal, at minimum a 12-month goal or a 3-year goal or even a 10-year goal mission. But a 12-month goal is essential that you have written down and you're very clear about where you want your business to go. Here at the Game Changers, we will always, we operate on the financial year. So we'll set goals for a business for the financial year, but it doesn't matter. Set it annually or set it towards the end of the financial year. Set a goal and be very clear on what that goal is for your business. Then once you have that goal, you must have a plan to get there. You can't just set the goal and then go about business as usual. You've got to think about how to get there, what steps you're going to need to take, what people you're going to need in your business, what structures or resources or anything like that you're going to need to get your business to grow, to head towards whatever that goal is. You've got to have a plan. Now, this is where it's really important to involve your people. So when you have a plan or a goal, you must lead the business and lead your people and share your goals and plan with them. Involve them, bring them on the journey and be the captain of the ship, or else it's just going to sail somewhere. They're not going to know. They're going to feel a great deal of uncertainty. They will feel maybe that they just don't really know what's going on in the business. And as a result of that, they will go and seek certainty elsewhere. Every human being needs certainty of some sort, or else it feels like they're on a ship in a storm and they've got nothing to hold on to. They can only tolerate that depending on their appetite for and their tolerance level for uncertainty. But any human being will only tolerate that for a certain amount of time. And the longer you leave them wobbling on the decks of this ship without anything to hold on to and no clear destination, then they're more likely to find certainty somewhere else. So have a goal, have a plan, and share it with them. Give them the certainty, captain the ship so that they want to be your crew and help you get there, or else they're going to get on somebody else's ship. They will only tolerate it for so long. It's part of human behavior. We always in our life seek to find a balance between certainty and uncertainty, and everyone's balance will be slightly different, and you're going to have to cater for that within the people in your business. Especially in this kind of semi-post-COVID environment where we've been living with a great deal of uncertainty for quite a period of time. They've probably tolerated it, and now they're like, well, enough. If I don't have enough certainty from you as my leader or as my boss, then I'll go and seek it somewhere else. And know this, they're not going to come in and go, I feel really uncertain and I'm seeking certainty somewhere else. It's not the words they're going to use. It'll come out differently, and they may not know fully why, but they'll be attracted to a clear path and a clear future and a clear direction probably in the job that they're going to. And maybe it is combined with some career advancement. They might mix it up in that. But if you do this and give them a clear direction, then it's more likely that they will stay with you and crew your ship. And the last one, which I think everyone knows, is that the people who say they're going to leave for more money. More money. Now, money is not always the driver. It's often the excuse. It's a safe thing to say is, I want more money. Ultimately, what they believe is they are worth more. But money isn't always the thing. They will use that as an excuse if they don't believe they're being recognised for what they're worth in the business. Now, some genuinely are driven by money, and that's it. And it may be a question of, did you want them in your team anyway? However, the key here to, stop people leaving by using the excuse more money, there's a couple of things you can do. Firstly, this goes to knowing your numbers. Know your numbers. This goes back to knowing and managing all of your accounting really, really well. Know your all your costs, know your direct labour costs, know your indirect labour costs, your fixed costs, know your profit margins, know your net profit, your gross profit, and know this within your service offerings. Get clear, spend the time knowing your numbers. Don't just send out quotes, do jobs and get revenue in your account. And revenue is not the metric. Revenue is just not the metric. You must know your numbers. And what is the cost of losing them? Someone that was key in your business handed in their notice now and said, I'm out, I'm leaving. What will be the cost of hiring again? What's the cost of the downtime? What's the cost to the businesses of having to jump back onto the tools to cover it and deliver those jobs? Because the highest and best use of your time is not always on the tools. In fact, I would say it's probably not on the tools at all. You need to be driving your business and do a higher return on investment, higher yield activities. Yet I do get it. Sometimes you do just have to roll your sleeves up and get back on the tools. Yet you want that to be for a limited period of time. Now, it's not always the money they're leaving. It's just not. Even if they say it is, it's not. It's that they don't feel valued. So often what they will leave is that they may need more recognition. It ties into career advancement if you're doing all of those things. If they feel there's a path, if they're getting positive recognition and validation for the good things they do, it's very easy to turn up on the job every day, do and go home and think, well, they must know they're doing a good job. Do you catch them in the good moments and validate the things that uphold the values and the behaviours in the business that you want to see, that match the way you want your business to face the world and your clients and to run? It's not always the money people leave, it's the culture. It's the culture, it's the people, it's the environment. And, for many business owners, I get it. You've been in survival mode, not really knowing what's going on. I've just got to keep churning. I've got to keep this hamster wheel going. I've just got to keep going. Yet now with the world speeding up, it's time to get out of survival mode and start connecting with your people now more than ever. And focus on your values, focus on your culture, focus on knowing your numbers so that you don't get the I'm leaving for more money excuse. Maybe you can afford to pay them a little more when you know your numbers, but you're going to be playing a guessing game unless you know your numbers. All of these things. The end of the calendar year is coming. People like to tie that in with fresh starts and fresh beginnings. So know that as we slingshot out of lockdowns and as the world speeds up, people's minds will start turning. They might have been sitting on ideas of their future for a long period of time. They may have been tolerating things. So I'll ask you this. If you were to hop into each of your employees or team members' shoes right now and answer the question, what am I tolerating? What would the answer be for each of them? What am I tolerating? Just consider that for a moment. So there we have it. 3 reasons your staff could be leaving you or are leaving you at the moment: for career advancement, for greater certainty where there are no plans and goals, and for more money, although we talked about the number of reasons that it could be that might not be more money. I'll leave it there. If you've got any more suggestions, any more ideas around why you believe that your people are leaving, then drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Bye for now.